Hi, thanks for joining me. We're going to be making cashew milk today, or for my American subscribers, cashew milk. It could not be simpler. It's really economical. You've got no preservatives as you do obviously with the store-bought, and it actually tastes better. You've got control over whether you want it creamier or not creamier, whether you want it flavored or not. And so today we're going to be making unsweetened cashew milk at home, and let's get cracking. So first thing we're going to do is put a cup of cashew nuts into our mason jar. Last of them in there now. And then just fill it to about 3/4 from the top, like about there. And then we're going to pop the lid back on. Okay, so this just needs to sit on the countertop, not in the fridge, for 2 hours. So I'll set that down and I'll see you then. So this has now been soaking for 2 hours and we're ready to drain it, give it a little rinse, and then put them straight into the blender. But I just want to mention at this point that for anyone who thought, it's a big kerfuffle to make your own cashew milk at home, it really isn't. In the 2 hours that this has been sitting soaking, I've been to the gym, I've done my grocery shopping, I've had a shower, hence the different clothing, and now we're ready to do the next stage. So it really doesn't infringe upon your day, and the results are so worth it. Okay, nuts into the blender now. And 2 cups of water. So it's double of whatever quantity of nuts you're using, double that much of filtered water. So I've used 1 cup of cashew nuts, 2 cups of water. In we go. Now, vanilla. I love vanilla in my cashew milk. So if you're using it, put a full teaspoon in. You don't have to, but I really, really love unsweetened vanilla cashew milk. So no sweetening in mine, but if you are putting sweetening in, go with start with half a teaspoon of whatever your chosen sweetening is, whether it be honey, agave, maple syrup, or if you happen to be following Whole30, you might want to use date paste. But start with half a teaspoon and keep going up and up and up because you really don't want it too sweet. 1/8 of a teaspoon of sea salt is now going in. And that's everything. Now we'll just blend it. Okay, here we go. Right, we are. Now for the really, really fun bit. Okay, so the final step, it's really fun. It's kind of, well, what I would imagine milking a cow is kind of like. I've never milked a cow, but if I did, I imagine this is something how it would go. Anyway, now I've got my nut bag inside my jar that the milk's going to go into, and I'm setting it in a bowl so that if I happen to lose any while I'm squeezing, we can put it right back in. Holding your nut bag in place, pour it all in. You want to hold it in place, obviously, otherwise it's going to fall in. You don't want that. What's left in there is just pulp now. And I know this doesn't look like a lot, and if you have either a large family or you drink a lot of it every day, you might want to double or even treble the recipe. I use about a cup a day. So this works for me for a couple of days, and I don't mind sort of remaking it because I love it fresh. So here we go. It's all in the nut bag, and no funny comments about my nut bag. And just squeeze. And we squeeze until every last drop has been squeezed out of it, and it's just dry pulp. So there we have it, homemade cashew milk. Okay, so how easy was that? Seriously. I mean, it could not be easier, right? And you're getting something that you have complete 100% control of what goes in it. And you've seen what goes in it. It's just cashews, water, vanilla, and a little bit of sea salt. No preservatives, nothing you can't spell, and it tastes even better than the store-bought stuff does. Just want to point out that whilst I use a double of water to whatever ratio of nuts I'm using, that's because I like it really creamy. If you don't, you want it a little bit less creamy, a little bit more watery, then you can go up to 3 cups per 1 cup of cashew nuts. So, try the two and build up and whatever tickles your fancy, that's what you stick with. I hope you enjoyed making this with me and watching it. And if you did, please give me a like. And I would really appreciate it if you subscribe. And also tell your friends about my channel as well. Thank you. See you next time.
If you like this video, click like. If you really like it, click subscribe.